Hello, good evening. This is Antonia Rivas.
My name is Isidora Leiva.
My name is Valentina Tauler.
And this is our case analysis number 1. For the introduction, we have the case of Mr. Zapata, an English teacher who works at a municipal school in the Biobío region of Chile. Mr. Zapata is the only English teacher in this school. He has to take care of different levels with at least 43 students per class. He has low expectations of his students because of their background, and this affects their academic performance. In the following slides, we will analyze this case, providing the complete context and classroom challenges.
Some of the contextual factors. As first, we have socioeconomic and cultural background. A municipal school in the Biobío region with students coming from socially and culturally deprived contexts and families with low educational levels, many of which receive help and benefits from the state. As a second, we have the teacher's profile. Mr. Zapata's profile paints a picture of an experienced teacher who unfortunately has developed a fixed mindset and low expectations of his students. His teaching practices are not aligned with contemporary pedagogical theories that emphasize student-centered learning.
Third,
His reliance on translations, neglect of essential skills, and disregard for cultural integration limits his students' opportunities to develop communicative competence in English.
third factor, educational context. The school in question is located in a vulnerable area where students face significant socioeconomic and cultural barriers. These circumstances negatively affect their motivation and academic performance. Additionally, the school has only one English teacher for all levels, leading to an overwhelming workload and limiting the possibilities for a personalized teaching. For a student's profile, students come from families with low educational attainment and disadvantaged backgrounds. This profile influences their aspirations, as most aim to join the workforce immediately after finishing secondary school. Such circumstances reduce their interest in subjects like English, which they perceive as irrelevant to their immediate needs. Moreover, they face challenges in basic skills such as writing and behavior, further reinforcing their disengagement from the learning process.
The fifth point is the professor's role. In this case, Mr. Zapata, the English teacher, plays a critical role in the educational setting as the only instructor responsible for the subject across all levels. However, his restrictive beliefs about the students' abilities, such as assuming the lack of motivation and that they cannot learn English, have a profound influence on his teaching practices. These assumptions lead him to adopt a minimalistic approach that prioritizes basic vocabulary and grammar while overlooking the development of essential skills like communication, listening, and critical thinking. For this, we have the opinion of Hattie on the 2009 Visible Learning, a synthesis over 800 meta-analysis relating to achievement. This work emphasizes the effective teaching strategies that foster student engagement and learning outcomes. Then we have the classroom challenges that will be analyzed in the following slide.
In this case, we have the following challenges. The teacher's low expectations. Mr. Zapata believes his students are incapable of learning English due to factors like perceived lack of motivation, weak Spanish language skills, behavior problems, and learning difficulties. This fixed mindset likely affects his teaching approach, leading to a lack of rigor and engagement in his lessons. When a teacher does not believe in their students' potential, it creates a negative learning environment that can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, hindering students' progress. As a second, we have inadequate teaching strategies. Mr. Zapata's teaching methods are outdated and ineffective. He relies heavily on dictionaries and Google Translate to convey meaning, focusing solely on simple vocabulary and grammatical structures. This approach neglects essential language skills like listening, speaking, reading, writing, limiting students' ability to develop communicative competence in English. Moreover, his over-reliance on translation prevents students from engaging with the language authentically and developing their own understanding.
Number 4, lack of cultural integration. Mr. Zapata dismisses the importance of incorporating socio-cultural aspects of English into his lessons, assuming they are irrelevant to his students. This disregard for cultural relevance not only fails to make the learning experience more engaging and meaningful for students, but also deprives them of opportunities to develop intercultural awareness and understanding, which are crucial in today's globalized world. Limited students' engagement. Mr. Zapata's teaching style, characterized by teacher-centered lectures and translation-based activities, does not cater to the needs and interests of his students. The sources state that many students dislike writing and struggle with listening comprehension. These challenges, coupled with Mr. Zapata's lack of effort to address them through engaging and interactive activities, lead to low students' motivation and participation in the classroom.
The large class size. The sources and the case mentions that the Mr. Zapata teaches classes with at least 43 students each. This large class size makes it extremely difficult for him to provide individualized attention, address diverse learning needs, and manage classroom dynamic effectively. It also limits opportunities for student interaction and collaborative learning, further hindering student engagement and progress. Then we have the misalignment with the national curriculum. While Mr. Zapata attempts to diversify his assessment methods, they appear to be disconnected from what is indicated to be done. And his teaching approach do not seem to address the root causes of his students' low performance. If assessments are not aligned with the curriculum and teaching methods, they fail to provide accurate feedback on students' learning and do not guide instructional decisions effectively.
Role of the teacher and beliefs. Vygotsky says that children learning should be viewed as a process of appropriation, where they take in and make their own the cultural tools and signs provided by their social environment. Zapata limits the skills that students can learn because of his prejudice. Students don't learn through solitary studying, but rather by appropriating or taking in the ways of acting and thinking offered by their teacher. The sociocultural theory highlights the role cooperative dialogues between children and more knowledgeable members of society play in development, enabling children to learn their community's culture.
So to conclude, Mr. Zapata's expectations of his students and outdated teaching methods contribute to the students' poor performance in English, overlooking essential skills like listening, speaking, reading, and writing, and his over-reliance on translation further limit their ability to develop communicative competence in English. His disregard for incorporating socio-cultural aspects into the curriculum hinders students' engagement and intercultural understanding, while external factors such as large class sizes and students' socioeconomic backgrounds also pose challenges. The sources suggest that Mr. Zapata's teaching approach is a significant factor in the students' academic struggles.
Here we have our bibliography. There are all the all the sources we used to make this project.
Thanks for watching.